Hello everyone and welcome back to Valorant Challenges Oceania. Today we have BOBO versus Stacked Like Pancakes, and I'm looking forward to it. It's a chilly evening here in New Zealand, so hopefully wherever you are, if you're in Oceania, it's pretty cold in the middle of winter. Hope you're staying warm, but we're going to be getting straight into things here, so let's have a look at the map select for what we're going to be playing today. We're going to be starting over on Lotus. That is the map pick of Stacked Like Pancakes. And then we'll be going over onto Haven, the map pick of BOBO. And if we need to, we'll be finishing up on Bind. So, yeah, hopefully this goes well. Definitely looking forward to this. I cast Stacked Like Pancakes the other night. And I know BOBO is a great team. So we are loading into the lobby now. And we will be getting into the map select in just a second. As, yep, we are in. So let's take a look. So, like I said, we're going to be starting over here on Lotus. It's going to be, I believe, BOBO was meant to start on defense, I think, unless I've gotten something mixed up. So, because at the moment, it's definitely looking like BOBO is on attack. So, I might have to swap that over real quick. I'm just going to assume the players know what they're doing and that they've gone on the right teams. I had it listed in my notes that it was meant to be BOBO starting on the defense here on Lotus, but apparently no, it is actually going to be Stacked Like Pancakes here on the defense as we're seeing these comps getting hovered now. And it's going to be kind of a fairly standard comp for BOBO. It looks like it's, yeah, Viper Omen, that's pretty standard with a Cypher Fade and Ray. So yeah, that's a very, very standard comp here over on Lotus. And on the other side of things, looks like it's going to be leaning more towards double initiator with a single controller, which is also, you know, very normal. We see a good amount of that here in Oceania. So it'll be interesting to see what team ends up coming out on top here. Of course, it is the map pick of Stacked Like Pancake. Although I do say that, and I watched the map veto happen. And it had to be redone about 2 or 3 different times because they tried to pick Split, which is not in the map rotation at the moment. So I don't know if this is necessarily the most prepped map or if they just want to come in and play their game. But I guess we'll see as we are into the lobby. And yeah, let's get straight into things as... Oh dear, looks like... Yeah, okay, the players might have messed this up. Okay, yeah, we might have to go back. Hold on, I'm gonna have to communicate with the players real quick. Alright, it seems that the players don't mind, so, looks like we're just going to be getting into things. All right. Well, that's an unexpected start to the lobby. It was meant to be swapped around, but it's okay. The overlay is correct. It is Stacked Like Pancakes here on the defense. And Noz has found the first blood here on Lotus in this pistol round, removing Duffy Bear from the round. And so it's going to be slowing straight down. I was talking about the comps earlier. And BOBO, with this double controller, they're going to be playing a very slow, controlled default, I would imagine, for a lot of these rounds to really try and make the most of these smokes that they have on their comp. And here we see we have Jerry right in the open. I believe it's Jerry. The players were telling me it's not ZZZZ. It's either Jelly or Jerry. I don't know which one it's meant to be. Hold that thought though, as Clutchy's just spammed Exhaust down through the smoke. Melly has arrived on the site to try and start this retake off. Alongside Clutchy again, just bullets spamming through, but none finding their mark. And BOBO here, they're able to fall back into these post-plant positions. Fortunately, smoke's still up and available for the side of Stacked Like Pancakes, but unfortunately, they can't get it done just yet. Clutchy's found one, but Crunchy, of course, also had one onto the diffuser. Just a second ago, Melly gonna make an effort out of this. They have the duck cover to hide him, but they're getting spammed out, and Crunchy is gonna finish things off. Melly unable to convert that 1 versus 2. And BOBO will come away with the pistol round win here on Lotus. So, yeah, bit of an interesting start. A little bit of a, I was gonna say drama. I guess it's not really drama since the players seem very, very chill about what they're playing. They don't seem particularly perturbed at all that this map pick that they've ended up on is not necessarily what they wanted to go to at first. And they also don't seem to mind that they're starting on opposite sides, so I guess for both sides, really, it's showing confidence that they're happy to play whatever. They'd rather just get into things and get going, really, and worry too much about what the ideal start is, whatever the stronger side may be. Noz once again getting that first blood. Traded, though, by Jerry here with a Sheriff, and he's going to upgrade to a Vandal, so that's a big gun that he's now able to hold on to. We're going to see the entry over on the other side of the map onto the C site. Jerry, he's going to try and look for some extra space. The bomb will be planted without really much delay at all. So now BOBO once again able to find their own post-plant positions, and, well, even though Jerry's picked up a gun, he's the furthest away. So it'll be a little while before they can get this retake started. You can see he's having to clear out quite a lot here. Dropping over a Sheriff to his teammate. Now the retake will begin. Gonna be sending the Dizzy out, looking for anyone on site. Exhaust should be spotted. His position should be revealed. Clutchy's got one with the Sheriff. Another one. Zork on the backside, on elbow with the Spectre. Able to take out 3 players. Swapping over to the Classic. Now he's got a Vandal and there's only Clutchy remaining. Sheriff in hand, and there's not really going to be enough time here. But lots of damage dealt from Stacked Like Pancakes. You can't be too disappointed with that. I mean, 3 players removed. If they had lasted just a second longer, might have been able to get a few more guns out as well. So overall, not too terrible. Of course, they did force some Sheriffs into that, so we're going to see some light shields coming out. Whereas for BOBO, well, they're going to be playing bonus with 3 rifles still, so, you know, still a respectable bonus here. Of course, Noz and Exhaust going to have to go down and really not buy up too much, just the Sheriffs in this. So we'll see what they can do here on their bonus. We're going to be seeing this Viper Wolf and Noz here quite often to try and take this control over towards A, deny that vision, cause a lot of pressure. As soon as that wall goes up in the orb, could be someone sneaking back onto rubble, and you just really don't know. So for Duffy Bear, the solo defender over here on A side, it's going to be a lot of question marks caused. But that's a great start from Stacked Like Pancakes. They contact out of B, take down 2 players. Now the attack is forced to commit to this, to go over towards the C site. JR Fob's going to get all this information. Had an excellent performance the other day, even though they didn't come out on top. I remember JR Fob had an excellent ace on Cypher on a Sunset map. I think it was against IPGN, was it? I forget exactly, but, you know, definitely a great play here. But as I say, that retake's going to begin. And Duffy Bear is going to be looking to lead this, I would imagine. Still has 1 satchel, has the paint shell. A lot of these players of BOBO are grouped up here on the side. Duffy Bear spamming through, peeking out of the smoke, and it's clinical from Stacked Like Pancakes on this retake. Pass the defuse over. And it's going to be a round win for Stacked Like Pancakes. Fairly clean at that as well. Only 1 player falling. Was JR Fob, the Killjoy player. Did hold on to the site just for long enough, so, yeah, great stuff all around. Been told in chat that, Jerry Jelly apparently might also be going by Pookie Bear. I don't know. I don't know if I'll take chat's word on that, but, I don't know. I don't know if I should call them ZZZZ or if I should be calling them Jerry or Jelly. A lot of different names that they might be. I'll just keep on saying Jerry, because that's what I was originally told, and I don't know. I've been trolled by a lot of the players. Actually, one of them, notably, Zork here. The first time I ever cast BOBO, I believe it was Muzz that convinced me that you pronounce his name Fork and that it was French. Of course, that's not actually the case. It is Zork, as I have now confirmed, fortunately. Bit of a skirmish on the other side of the map. Noz, once again, he's had a lot of first bloods, but it does often end up as a trade. It seems like we're staying the same round over on repeat as Noz gets a first blood, but then the rest of the team heads over towards C, gets that bomb down, and it's a pretty even numbers retake a lot of these times. Of course, Nightfall is available. Zmelly will take first contact. Duffy Bear to fall. As BOBO are taking the fight straight to Stacked Like Pancakes, and they win every single one. A 4v4 converted flawlessly for BOBO. As, yeah, name antics and all that aside, Noz is doing a great job getting those first bloods and trades over towards A. Definitely interesting that Stacked Like Pancakes, they haven't really committed to taking much map control anywhere on the map. I mean, they've kind of fought into Nos, but they haven't really invested enough utility to really flush him out flawlessly. He always seems to get one before going down. So we'll have to see what they can do moving forward. Might be contesting over towards C here, as that's where BOBO has ended many times, but seeing this aggression, they might finally choose to go over towards that A site. Nos is going to just creep forward, confident as ever. Doesn't even have the utility up. Just assuming that there's going to be no one there, since no one's really fought it, and he'd be completely right. There is no one home apart from the Killjoy setup. A little bit of a setup in towards the tree. You can see Nos pinging it out. Just to be careful, just to clear it out. A little bit suspicious that he hasn't run into anyone yet. And look how far up BOBO have gotten. It's going to be a world of hurt here for JR Fob on the site. The turret will take contact. Gun barrel spotted, but the shot cannot land. It is just an eco round, so it's definitely unlikely JR Fob will be able to get much done. But the Rolling Thunder has been invested here. Mike, though, on the lark. Gonna pop that neural theft. Clutchy spots him for a moment, but he's sandwiched between these players. JR Fob's gotten one on the site. He's looking for a little bit more. He's dropped the spike. Duffy Bear has gotten one over towards the B site as well. The spike will go down on A. There is no defenders left here. So for Duffy Bear and Melly, a retake to begin. Definitely not favored. You can see these BOBO players so happy to fight. They've pushed so far forward. Exhaust is looking to try and make sure anyone walking through here has to contest with these players. And Exhaust is positioned perfectly. 2 kills for the Rays player and another round converted for BOBO. So what a moment there. Perfect positioning. This is going excellently for BOBO. You definitely got to start questioning for Stacked Like Pancakes. Maybe you got to start, you know, contesting the map a little bit more, and also you got to question maybe the economy management. I mean, JR Fob had a sheriff last round, and well, this round he's gonna have to save again. So yeah, definitely some questions to be asked for Stacked Like Pancakes. It's again gonna be having a little bit of a skirmish out here on the C site. Just utility traded for the most part. Both smokes invested by Melly. Just to really make sure that there's no one going in over towards A. As I say that, Jerry's gotten 2. He's pushing out though, and Crunchy is going to take him out with util in hand. Somehow, this eco round is looking somewhat doable though, and Stacked Like Pancakes have gotten it down to a 3x3. A great effort by the Gecko player. Crunchy going to send out this fault line and maybe try and push the issue. He spotted 2 players. Is he going to clear his right though? He does. It's only a half clear. Zork was not fully blind. They're going to now pivot on towards the B side, but JR Fob is waiting. Paranoia, well placed to hold him back as that bomb is going to get planted. As Mike's going to hold this back line. Great crosshair placement. Converts the kill, and JR Fob only has a sheriff, and Zork will be able to convert as well. 5-1 now for BOBO. Good start here in this map. Completely forgot as well. I did capture a replay the other round, so let's take a look at that now. This was, of course, the round where Exhaust had that nice little 3K. You can see he just snuck forward. Great moment there. Great positioning in front of that spike. Unexpected, and they did not clear him properly. Of course, that was 2 rounds ago at that point, so, yeah. It's kind of crazy. So, yeah, we will see what's going to happen here. So, once again, just going to have a little bit of early presence over towards C, and that haunt unfortunately missed, and Exhaust now is the showstopper. Forced forward, and Melly escapes barely. Low HP, and the paint shell will finish him off. And that time, Mike had gotten a lurk all the way up onto B site. That has really opened up the map here, and leaving Duffy Bear in a somewhat impossible situation. 1 versus 5, a full kit of utility. But surely you're not going to be able to go for this. Only 700 credits left. I don't think they're even going to be able to save their gun towards the next round. Paint shell will deal some damage, but that's all it is. So, yeah, great stuff there. And we will, yeah, definitely have to see what Stacked Like Pancakes can do. Like I said at the very, very beginning of the game, Stacked Like Pancakes did originally want to start on the attack. And maybe the decision to continue on even though they're on the wrong sides, maybe coming back to bite them. This defense looking a little bit shaky. I will say, The chat continues to say that it's Pookie Bear who's on this ZZZ account, and I don't know. They seem very serious that it's Pookie Bear. I don't know. I don't know if I trust chat. OCE and names just like, I can't decide. They're always trying to troll me. So, we'll have to see. Anyway, it looks like it might be a little bit of a trap play over here on B. You can see Duffy Bear potentially looking to tap that door and try and crunch onto these players that are fighting over C Mount currently. And Melly, going to be the only player here on the C site, has that paranoia though to try and force them back. So actually, the fight is going to come out of B. Not going to be crunching onto the C side at all. They're going to be walking out of B. They get the kill. They're going to be able to upgrade a gun. The C site has fallen. Melly stayed relatively concealed though. I don't know if BOBO are aware that this player is so close. Just what a shot onto Exhaust. That's going to deny the plant as well. Paranoia. Melly's going to fall back. Noz has gotten a lurk all the way up onto A. This has gone so well for Stack Like Pancakes. This could be a little bit of a thrifty run we see here as Melly gets another with the Sheriff. From the shadows will bring the spike over towards the B side. Some rifles have been collected. Now definitely a chance at this in this 4v2. Viper's pick comes out. Duffy Bear is going to invest this ultimate. Next, onto Crunchy. Noz still alive. Only has low HP though. Noz has gotten 3. That's 4. This could be an ace to clutch this. As Noz still alive. Would go down to 2 bullets. JR Fob, so much to do. Low HP. Of course, with this Viper's pit, he's not going to last long. So now Noz, so much ahead of him as JR Fob. His position is known as the timer ticks down, and Noz will get the ace and get his team up to 7-1. What a play from Noz in this round to get an ace when it was a 4v2, and of course it was against a thrifty, but like at the same time, for Stack Like Pancakes to not be able to win a 4 versus 2 is really, really unfortunate. And so, we'll have to... Well, I mean, let's take a look at what just happened. That was kind of crazy. An ace in the final moments of that round. Super, super impressive from Noz. Going straight back into the round as Mike has gotten the first blood once again. As Stack Like Pancakes, aggressive plays just walking out of B. Not going to work every round. Once again, the hit is on towards the C site. So, well, the Lurk has been killed this round, so Noz not going to be getting that same value as he was last. Bomb is going to go down on C. Retake now beginning. Clutchy's gotten the first, traded back and forth. JR Fob still alive, still fighting, and this is a 2v3. Thrash is going to be invested here. Lockdown potentially as well. Or maybe they're just going to be content with the Thrash. No, the lockdown will be sent out. As Zork, he's fighting forward. Melly behind him. He's not going to be spotted. And he's going to be able to get on that spike as well. Crunchy sticking around. He's gotten 1, but this lockdown, surely there's no time he has to run, but he has actually managed to get out. Now it's down to a 1v1. I don't think the spike was halved either. So for Crunchy, he has a lot to do, and he's gonna get this 1 versus 2 clutch. Crunchy, clutch after clutch for BOBO. This is absolutely insane. So, we'll have to see. Oh my gosh, everyone. Okay, you know what? I don't know if this is trolling, but chat seems very convinced that ZZZ is called Pookie Bear. So I'm gonna call him that, and if it turns out he's not Pookie Bear, then that's on you guys. But you guys will get this Pookie Bear for, I guess, the remainder of this game. As, well, it's gonna be a little bit of A aggression. It's very, very quiet though, and I don't know if Noz is gonna be expecting this. That fault line though, should be expecting something, and Dizzy, it's a bit of a big tell as well. Pookie Bear gonna be trying to take this fight, but Noz will remove him from the round. A second shot to go through as well. Sharp as ever. Over on the other side of the map, once again, it's just creeping on over onto the C site without really much resistance at all. JR Fob forced back, spam down to low HP. As Noz just holding this flank. Clutchy really, really wants to go for by the look of things. A 3-piece for Noz. He is so solid today. Just doing his job over an A perfectly. This is really mastery of this comp that BOBO are showing right now. I mean, what do you do? Mike's got pretty big flank here. JFR will fall, even though it looked like for a moment he might have expected that, and Melly probably be forced to save here. He's gotten one as just an exit kill. I imagine maybe some of these players will be trying to chase him down. Exhaust and Zork are after him, and holding this long angle. I'll try and escape now. I'd imagine he saw 2 players come in his direction, but the paint shell is going to force him straight back into this fight. Exhaust around the corner will take him down, popping out of that smoke. It's 9-1 now for BOBO, looking dominant here on Lotus. So for Stack Like Pancakes, I mean, it's looking rough. Nas is just, you know, every single play he does, he just has to hold, and they're getting absolutely just delivered into him. So what is the adjustment? There's no timeouts to come out, nothing. It's really just BOBO putting on an absolute display here. Really quite clearly prepped and ready. And need I remind you, this is the map pick of Stack Like Pancakes, and I mean, if this is what BOBO have to show here on Lotus, then going into their own map pick of Haven, imagine they will be ready to go.
Cover going out.
So, bit of early sea aggression here from Stack Like Pancakes. And there's a lot of players waiting here that might be ready to fight this. Exhaust is going to send out the paint shells. Jaffel forced back, and Melly has been cleared as well. The sea defense is really not working out in their favor. The neural theft will reveal some of these positions as, well, Exhaust beefs the movement a little bit. I believe he stepped into his own teammate's Viper's Pit. That gave him the vulnerability that would make him fall to that nade. Excuse me. But yeah, this is a thrifty round that is definitely not going to come through unless something crazy can come through for Clutchy and Pookie Bear, I guess. So, yeah, we'll have to see. Gonna be getting onto the spike as soon as possible, but no, it's not going to happen. Zork holding that angle will remove him from the round, and Clutchy, I imagine it's just going to want to die here, not save that Sheriff into the next round. It's 1-10, and I mean, there's not much more to say other than, yeah, this is about as dominant as it gets on a map, and I can keep saying maybe it would be better if Stack Like Pancakes could do this, but I feel like BOBO is ready for everything right now. So every plan that they've done has worked flawlessly. I mean, I don't even remember the round that Stack Like Pancakes were able to win. I mean, it was against a bonus round, so it was really, honestly, the only round that Stack Like Pancakes had any sort of economical advantage as far as the guns that they were bringing into it. And that's the round they win, and ever since then, it's just been BOBO full force and power. You can see here, just holding still, and Nas confident as ever, it's explored all the way behind rubble here, and this is the power of this Viper setup. You can see Clutchy, if Nas had taken that timing to swing out, Clutchy would have just been out in the open, not even questioning that someone could be pushed up in rubble. And that's just because Nas so many times has been sitting in lobby and not really going out exploring that much at all. So this Viper setup is causing so many issues, so many question marks for Stack Like Pancakes. You can see that turret as well, it's just placed behind, and I believe Nas has been spotted now, stunned up. I don't know if anyone will be able to convert off the back of this. So Mike has fallen, trying to get some space on B. As maybe Stack Like Pancakes have realized that all they need to do is just wait for BOBO to try and execute into them, and then just try and go for some form of retake. Spooky Bear is going to be overwhelmed. Exhaust taking them out of the round. Ellie try and survive as well, making sure that they stay alive. Still 4v4, and Duffy Bear, I don't know if that was spam, it must have been, but yeah, I think it is. Spamming through. Exhaust unable to plant the paint shells now, once again denying it. Duffy Bear doing everything he can to try and keep his team in this. The spam is landing. It's right on his head, and look at that, Duffy Bear's gotten it. And it's only the one player remaining. Crunchy is not going to be able to do anything here. As Duffy Bear, a bit of a heroic effort, and they're just spamming through, knowing the positions that, you know, those plants can go down. So yeah, we'll have to see, you know, if they can make anything happen in the next half.
Switching sides.
So it's a big task ahead of them. Take a look at that spam. So Yeah, I mean, Bobo just leaving it till a little bit too late. Duffy Bear, even though that spike did go down, was able to, finish things off. And so, a little bit of a resurgence just in that last round. I don't know if it's enough. I mean, maybe Stacked Like Pancakes will have a great attacker side here with this double initiator comp, but we'll have to see. Of course, if Stacked Like Pancakes can make something happen, if they can get these run of rounds going together, maybe, just maybe, they would have been kicking themselves, thinking that we were meant to start on attack, but we'll have to see what they can prove here. Just some early sheriffs going through the wall of tree. Of course, the high penetration weapon able to do that. Bit of an unconventional pistol round play to be doing it that early. Definitely gonna make Stacked Like Pancakes aware that that's something that Bobo are willing to go for. For now, just holding their ground, not really showing too much presence, but there is still 3 players over towards the A site, and it doesn't look like they're really going to be going anywhere. As Stacked Like Pancakes, they haven't shown any sort of presence over towards the other side of the map. Just for a second there, you could have seen that Mike just tapped his camera, didn't see anyone on C. So they're all slowly floating their way over towards the A site. Exhaust just spotted the shoulder of Duffy Bear for a moment. That nade might take him out. No, Duffy Bear's made it through. And Spike is going to start getting planted, but it gets taken down. Duffy Bear around the back of sight. He's going to be able to try and contest this. Zork holding his ground in tree, though. It's all down to JR Fob. There's 2 players remaining. One of them is low, but they're holding a little bit of a high-low here. A jiggle peek out. A lot for JR Fob to try and do. Somehow managed to get out of that one alive. And one of them reloads. Unfortunately for JR Fob, Nos is just too sharp with it right now. So Bobo will win the second pistol in this series on this map of Lotus. And, well, they're going to be looking to take things as cleanly as they can. Bobo not happy about their loss last night, I would imagine. This is, of course, an elimination game. If you lose this, you're out of relegations, and the only way that you're getting through into Stage 3 is through premiere of Episode 9 and Act 1 and 2, if you want any chance of getting into that final tournament for the Tier 2 season here in Oceania. Of course, it's a little while away. Clutchy, that's a good shot with the Marshall to remove Nas like that. A little bit of a force buy up here. Great way to start things off is Mike. Now overwhelmed and really not much utility on the site at all. No trips to be seen. It's over on B. It still has a cyber cage, but it's not placed. So the spike will go down without much issue at all. Yeah. Spraying some shots through. Of course, even though there was that 4-step Marshall, it's really just a lot of sheriffs. Definitely still Bobo going to be favored in this. Exile's going to make things happen. There's the opener. Line it up though. Zork's gotten one of his own. He's going to be fighting through now. There's a second. Duffy Bear spotted. There's 3 for Zork. And it's all down to Clutchy. He had a great opener. But Mike will finish it off. A clean Guardian shot there. And a clean retake overall against the, little bit of a force up from Stacked Like Pancakes. Bobo making it look easy. Not losing too much. And they're going to make their way up to match point here for Lotus. And, yeah, what can I say? They're expected to win the anti-eco round, and they're doing it well. Making sure that those rounds that you are meant to win, that they do convert, not really losing to any thrifties. Of course, I can think of the one round where they almost did, and even then, Nos still came out with an ace.
This is a nice spot.
So, it's, been a little bit bleak for Stacked Like Pancakes.
They crash against our wall.
They only really had that one round where
there.
things looked convincing for them at all, where it was, a buy versus a buy. They had one gun round, which they managed to win in that last round of the half. Besides that, it really has just been Bobo, the better team here on this map. Exhaust getting a quick one, spamming through the wall. Duffy Bear, that's some tricky movement there. And Exhaust couldn't deal with it, couldn't readjust the Guardian spray. Is now Crunchy. It's going to be looking for the head of Duffy Bear. He will find it. TP is back up as the spike gets planted. Now it's 3 versus 3. Pookie Bear holding on towards drop here. Extremely low on HP. And if someone silently goes down that rope, he's in a very, very open position. Mike will fall. Takes him out. Mike maybe looking for a little bit more here. Airfall, of course, is still inside the tree area. That's where the spike is planted for. Clutchy, though, stationed up in main. Looking for some spam through. Clutch has gotten 3, and it's all down to this 1v1. And Nas will convert. It will be BOBO winning this map pick of Stack Like Pancakes. 13-2, absolute dominance. Not giving Stack Like Pancakes any chance in this at all. So what a performance. So yeah, that was a bit of a quick one over here on map 1. A quick warm-up game, if anything. Hopefully on Haven things might be a little bit closer. Of course, it is going to be BOBO's map pick though, where you'd imagine that they will be favored. Let's have a look at the scoreboard. As Nos quite easily topping it off at 314 ACS, 5 first bloods as the Viper, and we saw that in full display with him starting over towards that rubble part of the map so many times and just absolutely dominating. So yeah, nothing much more to say than that. Zork had a solid series. There was a few moments from Duffy Bear where he got some nice multi-kills, but I mean, it really was just dominance, and there's not really any other way to put it. So we will be right back after a short break, so don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back with Haven. We're going to be slowly creeping out. Dasani here should be making first contact as the wall drops. Snaps onto Regen, and another beautiful shot. Catching onto Cats. The third one in the round. 2 players, both of these are low. Both would fall to 1 bullet as Water takes them down. 2 body shots, 2 kills. If they choose to contact into him, this could be dangerous, but Doctor's looking the wrong way. Finally turns at just the right moment, takes down August. Now sliding out through the screens with the Stinger. The run and gun action, like I said. Look to the side, Shinobu's been taken down, overwhelmed by the utility from Zupa. Downtail though, 2 wonderful shots and a third. Taken down, massive effort on the site by Downtail. Opting to go for the information with the Owl Drone instead, but Dasani, 2 crisp shots from the flank. Will convert the round for Zoogang, and it will be 6-6 at the half. Immediately popping the run back, and they're going straight through. Yeah, and Water should see this. The first found, a second, the spray transfer, peeking around the corner and finding a third. Water finding a ton of value off of the ultimate. Jin's been waiting here, extremely patient, now starting to move, and the timing is bad for him, as Yuji does manage to take him down, peeking forward with the util in hand. You go for a little bit more. This is still a 2v4, so not favored, but actually just ahead of the team. And now the showstopper for Dasani is going to be chasing them back. Won't connect, but now a 2v3. This is a more winnable situation than a 2v5. Also doesn't change that that's where it came from. Rossi over the top, Dasani plucks him out of the sky. Now position known. The grab net comes out, but it connects onto herself. Oh no. A little bit of a whiff from Dynasty, and it's 1v2, but they connect! How on earth have they done that? The spray transfer! Snappy with it, Dynasty wins the 1v2. Absolutely insane stuff after the absolute whiffing of that deadlock utility. Should hear the player rotating in from mid, and that should be a free kill. Rossi the first to fall. And now Yuji peeking forward, finds a second off the stun and a third. Really well played from Yuji. He just creeped all the way forward, heard the players. And they were just completely unaware. Second shot. The third. Extremely clean. Brutal crossfire to get through. Spada bang. I think he was spotted. The knife might come out. 75 damage, but he comes back in. No way. Sure he's hungry for that ace. Haven't seen any just yet today, but I mean, he's peeking out. He gets 4, and he gets the ace. Dasani. Wary that there could be someone close. The Nightfall's going to be invested, as well as potentially this lockdown. Doesn't connect on 20, but they didn't realize that Dasani was in the corner. He takes down 3. Dasani is taking his team over the line. Your winners for today will be XG. Hello everyone and welcome back to Valorant Challenges Oceania. My name is Atlas and, well, we're getting straight back into BOBO versus Stack Like Pancakes. Let's have a look at what has just happened, as it was absolute domination on Lotus. 13-2 to BOBO, really not letting anything get away from them on the map pick of Stack Like Pancakes. So we're going to be going into Haven here, where, of course, it is BOBO's map pick. That is where they chose to take the series. So we'll have to see what they can do over on that map. And so yeah, we'll get straight into things. We're loading the players into the lobby right now. And so let's take a look at what they're going to be picking for their agents. As, well, it's going to be, so far, looking at things, fairly standard. Potentially going to be seeing a Clove. That'll be interesting if that does go through. And on the other side of things, for BOBO, we are going to be starting on the attack, which I have verified is correct. They are meant to start on attack here, unlike on Lotus, where they were meant to start on defense, ended up on attack, and the players just decided to just go with it. Anyways, the comp has been locked in, so once again, pretty standard comp here on Ascent from BOBO. On the other side of things, okay, definitely a little bit more interesting. We're seeing a KO and a Clove picked, which are definitely two agents that we don't see as much here on Haven. Of course, the KO is a bit of an interesting one. It does come out every now and then. Definitely not meta as such. Normally, the initiators that you'd be seeing on this map are the likes of Breach and Sova, maybe in the modern era, maybe a little bit of Gecko. But we'll have to see what they can get done here on Haven with the KO. But we are loaded into the lobby, so let's get straight into this match. So, we'll have to see what they can do as, well, nothing other to say than Stack Like Pancakes really just weren't shooting back, didn't have those, you know, strats in the book that you might really hope to see from a team playing at this level. But, you know, it can happen, so we won't look too much further into it. And also, just another thing, I apologize for doubting the chatters. I have got the all good from the players to use Pookie Bear, so that will be what we're continuing to use for the player on the ZZZZ account. It is Pookie Bear apparently. So you know what? You learn something new every day. As I'm gonna be starting this off with JR pushed all the way up. That's a two-piece with the Sheriff. Great flick, great adjustment. Even Pookie Bear now to fall back. Great opener. Have the numbers advantage. And Clutchy is on the flank. Gonna try and look for a little bit more, sending out that pop flash, getting the nice headshot through it. Noz is still alive though. However, Duffy Bear is pushed all the way up. There's gonna be multiple players fighting their way forward. What a dodge of that flash for Duffy Bear. So it will be the pistol round going the way of Stack Like Pancakes. So that was quite the nice play there from JR Fob, pushing up early on, causing that pressure. So really good. Honestly, Stack Like Pancakes starting things off early, collapsing onto this attacking setup, really not giving them any space. Very suffocating approach, and we'll reward them with the pistol round win. So they're gonna be buying up fairly heavy here. We're seeing an outlaw come out, so see what that can be. See what sort of value that can get. Clutchy though is on his own here, and he's got a Guardian, and he's waiting. Trying to find those shots, but he only gets the one. Traded by Noz. Sharp as ever at that range with a classic of all things. Upgraded to a Sheriff from his fallen teammate. Of course, I think Melly might have just picked up that Guardian as well, so it is still going to get some use in this round, potentially. So now, the readjustment over towards mid. It's two players holding this crossfire. Duffy Bear has this outlaw. Smoke will come through. Great timing. He's going to be peeking through straight in towards Exhaust. He pops out of that cloudburst straight into the outlaw. Well, he's found in some value as well. And well, it's been mopped up rather quickly. It's the guns of Stack Like Pancakes. We'll reward them with 2 rounds now on the board. Already matching their score on Lotus. So much better start here. But of course, it is just the pistol round. So, you know, you gotta make sure you can do a little bit more than just the pistol. Of course, that's a great way to start things off. Kind of shake off the last map and say, sure, didn't go our way, but that's okay. We'll come into this map. Show what we got. Apologies, I am still sick, so I imagine the longer the series goes on, the more the coughs will start to come out. So yeah, I haven't had time to implement that push to mute button. I'll try and get that done for the next and final 2 days of relegations. Anyways, though, looking towards the side, JFob's fully blinded up from multiple sources, but he's still around, and he's managed to get one before going down. It doesn't really matter. Exhaust has bullied his way onto the site with this vandal, getting 3. And, well, I don't imagine Clutchy's going to be able to get much done with this as Mike shuts it down before it even begins. As what a site take that was. No chance at all for this bonus round of Stack Like Pancakes. They will quite quickly deal with that. Not a chance in the world for Stack Like Pancakes there. I mean, it's shocking that JFob even managed to get 1 there. That was quite impressive that he managed to make that adjustment onto one of those players pushing out of that smoke. And, I mean, it's a great start for JFob. I mean, I don't want to knock into them too hard, but I believe he's getting close to matching the amount of kills he had over on Lotus already. But it's going to be quite aggressive here. Clutchy all the way forward. He hasn't been spotted. Gosh, excuse me. Gosh, no, not the hay fever at a time like this. Clutchy, his position is still unknown, and he swings out, but Noz still manages to win it. Melly, low HP, forced into a corner, and those close smokes, they're really not big enough to really shut off this tight line on C-Long. Either that or it was just missed, and so it had to invest another one just to make sure it was fully cut off. And meanwhile, some of the players of BOBO have snuck their way over on towards the B site. That spike is going to get planted now. Spooky Bear will send out the Owl Drone just to try and clear forward for Duffy Bear, who will now be swinging into this. Dart to try and hold him back. He will get past this first wave of utility. Mike, though, is on a bit of a flank here, in a bit of an unexpected position. JFob certainly wasn't, and he's gotten a second. Really drawing the attention of this retake. Stack Like Pancakes will finally shut him down, and Melly unfortunately whiffing there. So BOBO will win a second round, straight back tying us up. I imagine that will also mean that this will be an eco round for Stack Like Pancakes. Maybe gonna force up the Guardian, no, deciding to go back down to the Sheriffs. So while the pistol round did go the way of Stack Like Pancakes, BOBO quite quickly have gotten straight back into things and really knocked them back down a peg. To the point where now BOBO should definitely be expected to win a couple more here. Of course, this is Haven, where traditionally it does tend to lean a little bit attacker-sided. An attempt with a little push down mid there, and Duffy Bear, well, push didn't reward any, but that peek from Zork swiftly dealt with, shooting through that wall after the shoulder was shown. Smelly, once again, judging by the fact that they've lost some HP, Crunchy would have spotted them at one point or another, eventually taking them down, winning that smokes battle. The Clove really hasn't seemed to find much just yet. Mike's gotten one over towards A, and that might be the call to rotate over to that side of the map now. As Stack Like Pancakes, they're going to be torn between which side do you want to go to. You've seen some, some presence over on C, but, you've just lost a player on A, and no one's there, and that is where the spike will be planted. We gotta be looking at Crunchy, the late backstab.
Spike planted.
Of course, the weaponry for Stack Like Pancakes isn't that great, so I wouldn't be surprised if they manage to clean out these retakers before he even starts, before Crunchy even gets a chance to do anything on this late flank. He is slowly making his way forward.
Last player standing.
But as I say that, Pookie Bear's gone down, so has Mike, and yeah, Crunchy. A great play to find that positioning, sneak his way up, but when you're up against an eco round, you kind of expect that your teammates will be able to win it, even without you really, being in that round. I mean, he had a nice kill onto Melly early on. And it was, if anything, just a safety net. If something did go wrong on that post plant, he would be there to bring up that backline and really cause problems. And that's really just the numbers advantage that they got early on for BOBO showing itself. So once again, maybe early on towards C, and Clutchy has been looking to fight this quite a few times. Presses a few, so they won't have the utility to do any sort of fast hit that maybe they were going for earlier on. That doesn't really matter for them, I would imagine. They've got plenty of time to play with, and BOBO no strangers to playing slowly. A little more, well, one of the more well-versed teams when it comes to, you know, having these defaults well planned out, and it's always paying off for them. Look at that. 2 different kills in 2 different locations, just waiting for those pushes. And it comes straight out to them. Well, now they find themselves in another 5v3. Clinical as ever from BOBO. It's now Duffy Bear feeling like he's got to get active. So it's a slow creep out mid. There's not really any trips here unless BOBO can get all the way over on towards C. Which it looks like they will, so they are all past the trip, so their flank will be handled. No one's going to fall to a sudden flank out of nowhere. That dart should reveal Melly's position. Left. Blinded up as well by that flashpoint. They are just going to smoke themselves off for now. Melly has gotten the first blood there. Mike, so solid. Able to trade swiftly, making sure that this is such a hard round for JR Fob to win. Really not a chance at all, as they know where he is. Plenty of utility to spare, pushed back, and they are hunting him down, making sure he will not be able to take this rifle into the next round. He does manage to get one. There's a second. The nods, always getting his. And even if he didn't, once again, Crunchy would have been there, bringing up the rear, as he has quite a few times in this map already. It's BOBO. Ever since that pistol round, they've been looking solid, and it seems to be that's the case for this whole series. That whenever they have the advantage with the guns, whenever they have those rifles out, they are formidable. And like I was saying earlier, happy to play a slower style, wait for Stacked Like Pancakes to make a mistake. You could see it was like the only one round that they lost that wasn't, you know, that was a full gun round for both teams, was a round where they waited so long that was eventually their undoing. Hold on a second, this could be a little bit of a thrifty here. JR Fob has gotten the first with the Sheriff. Zork will be dealing with Pookie there, but JR Fob is not cleared just yet, but low HP, and his player's chasing him down. He won't be able to find another headshot, and Duffy Bear on the flank with the Blade Storm won't be able to find any either. So I said it might be, but it's looking unlikely here. Well, Touchy managing to get that Marshall to work, but Exhaust will shut them out. And yeah, it's 5-2. BOBO not letting go of the gas at all. They want to make this one a quick series tonight. Excuse me once again. So yeah, we'll have to see what can happen here. If they can make anything of the series. Can Stack Like Pancakes. Really is down to them. And like I said, this is technically an elimination game. If you lose this, you're going to have to be playing back in Premier, grinding your way back through that system if you want to be qualified into the stage 3 of VCT Oceania. So, Yuki Bear, once again, stunned up as they seem to be so many times. They managed to spot Exhaust with that recon bolt, but unable to be positioned to capitalize off it. So, just falling back. Positions held for now. All drone to try and re-clear some of the space in garage. Does get destroyed, but the tag also doesn't come through, so Exhaust is safe for now. As he peeks into 2 people as he just did. JR Fob now waiting on the A site, will be overwhelmed by the double swing. Well played, swinging off each other as now the Hunter's Fury will come out to try and deny this plant. Neural Theft will reveal where these positions are. As Clutchy just ahead of the team, no chance for a trade at all, bringing it back down to a 3v3. And Crunchy has gone all the way up into heaven, keeping it up, a tricky play as the Omens sometimes like to do, and well, Stacked Like Pancakes, they're just not expecting this. There's 2 quick kills, and Zork will finish it off. The operator bought into it so much investment, and it will just be BOBO pulling out ahead so much further than they were earlier. Well, I mean, I guess it's right, but a bit of a nothing statement, I guess. I mean, they started off 2-0, so yeah, they have pulled ahead here ever since this pistol round. Every single round going their way. Similar to Lotus in a sense. As, it was a 10-2 half there, and BOBO are definitely tracking that way at the moment. So yeah, we'll have to see. Anyways, Clutchy, once again, making that Marshall work. Of course, the rest of the team actually does have rifles on, so, you know, definitely still a chance in that. This is finally a round where Stacked Like Pancakes did find the first blood. So maybe they will be able to hold on to this. I feel like that's what they've been missing this whole time, is being able to get those first bloods and effectively converting afterwards when you are in an advantage. But you might have to get the numbers down a little bit lower, because even when it comes to, 4v4s, 4v3s even, BOBO have been solid in Exhaust. An attacking operator will deal with clutchy blades out now. And so the numbers have been even, and like I said, this is where BOBO have still proven to be incredibly good. Lockdown out to now try and get this retake started, but that's going to draw out the Hunter's Fury. Melee though, still solid here. It's just BOBO, these post-plant positions playing off each other perfectly. Like, you can't even see everything happening because it's all at the same time. Even though Stacked Like Pancakes, they swing together, they try and start off that retake. Just in an instant, they get melted by BOBO. So it's, yeah, just incredible work from them. This BOBO really are showing what they can do here. Anyways, be getting back into things. I did just update the score command in the chat. You guys, I guess you'll find out in 3 minutes when you see that. And well, Duffy Bear peeking forward. It's a 1-for-1, so not the end of the world, but I think this is now an eco round that is... okay, this is such a weird economy management from Stacked Like Pancake. It seems like every round someone's on an eco, someone's got a rifle. It seems to be very disjointed. But, it's a 4v4. Mike's found his way on towards the B side again. JFOB holding for it, and Mike just wants to bring this fight. Swinging out. Traded though. It's once again, it's all down to Melly. Swinging out towards mid. Has that overheal. That's going to expire though. Of course, they're going to be hearing this. Melly, position known. Paranoia sent out, and that will connect. As the recon bolt goes out into the smoke, Melly's going to try and get ahead of it. There's 3. Definitely a chance here to try and pull this off. Melly against the world as Crunchy is waiting behind the boxes, and Crunchy wants to swing. And he will win the fight. 3 kills on the round, and 8 now in a row for BOBO. It's just absolutely insane from BOBO to be able to continue winning these rounds no matter what. It gets a little bit closer every now and then, but even when it comes down to those 1v1s, just the player quality of BOBO, absolutely incredible right now. As every single player can pop off. And I mean, you look at the scoreboard. Exhaust and Mike, 12 kills apiece. Noz is getting the kills when he needs to. Crunchy's utility is incredible. 12 assists. And Zork, another player that can step up when he needs to. We know he's a great player. So once again, we'll have to see what can be done. JFOB, once again, finally getting that first blood online. They might be looking for more as well. Clutchy staying behind with a stinger of all things, and JF up by his side. This is finally a round that maybe they can get something done. Exhaust holding this angle, waiting for Poopy Bear. Exhaust has gotten one. There is another player in the sewers. It's all down to Exhaust, and finally, Stacked Like Pancakes have broken the streak of rounds. So it won't be, it won't be a runaway for BOBO, but at the same time, you're looking at a 4-8 at maximum if Stacked Like Pancake can win this round out, this last round in this half. And so, we'll have to see what the players, they will have guns online, and Exhaust, I imagine, is maybe debating if he wants to get an op. No, he will invest in the rifle, fair enough. Maybe deciding the attacking op wasn't quite working. So, guns for all in this final round. No funny business, it's just good, honest Valorant. Everyone's got a Vandal. So really it should just be the better team that comes out on top here, unless something crazy happens. It's just going to be a fast A hit here. Nothing really hidden at all, no lurks. It will be a full 5 versus 5. Of course, we are not done yet. Is there? And there it is, Melly's going to be coming straight back into this round. Duffy Bear making a go out of this, but Noz somehow, I don't know when it happened, but he got 3, but Duffy Bear, it's actually the jet player of Stacked Like Pancakes that will clean up the round every single post plant. I do apologize, I'm unable to catch these kills, but like, it's always so fast. It just seems that, there's so many players around, and then all in a flash, it's just 1v1, 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 everyone's taking their fights, and, well, that time, it was finally Stacked Like Pancakes who came out on top. Exhaust Have a little bit of a pop-off round. Oh, not exhaust. Sorry. Duffy Bear, wrong jet. So, will be 4-8 going into the half. Stack like Pancakes showing that, you know, they still have a little bit in the tank. Of course, having won that first pistol round, that's what's allowed them to make this a 4-8. So we'll have to, of course, wonder if they will be able to do it again. So, what is the play? Feels like I'd say that a little bit too much, to be honest. I don't know what these teams are going to do. Looks like it's going to be over towards C. I guess it's my job to tell you what they're going to do. And yes, this round it will be a hit over towards the C side. That, nope, that 0-point knife will be shutting down the Cypher setup, which they will be able to remove now and potentially get that spike down. But a lot of players of BOBO now here and waiting for the retake. Send him behind the clove smoke as it fades. It's one of the shorter smokes in the game. It's refreshable, however. It's going to be another 10 seconds till they can get another one up. So Melly's just going to be played and pushed all the way forward here. And Mike and Exhaust are peeking straight into them, straight into the crosshairs. Melly's gotten two, flipping around. This might be another pistol round win. Duffy Bear holding solid, but Zork manages to get that quick flick over. Melly, once again, trying to bring the team over the line. Noz peeking forward, spots them, but JR Fob bringing up the back line from Garage. Will convert a pistol round once again for Stack Like Pancakes. So now, 2-2 in pistol rounds. It's BOBO who won them both over on Lotus. But here on Haven, Stack Like Pancakes favored a little bit more in these pistols. That's two now that they have won. You can see they're buying up quite heavily. They want to make sure that they can convert Santaiko. Although, as I said that, you know, they're having some decisions, making those economic choices that will potentially have big consequence if they get it wrong. Looks like they're actually... No, okay, they are going to get a Vandal, 2 Spectres, Sheriff, and a Guardian. So, you know, pretty respectable buy. Definitely chances to have some damage dealt. Players of BOBO can take out 2 players, and it will be definitely some consequence. Flag's just going to do his best to try and hold on to this. Zork's gotten one. Just out of place in mid. Sight has fallen over on C, and there is quite a large flanking coming. Of course, with it being the Killjoy that goes down, they are not going to be able to watch for this. So instead, they might be choosing to fight forward here. Duffy Bear is on his own though, and Zork's holding the angle. As Noz, low HP, will get spammed down. Exhaust now on the flank alongside Crunchy. But Clutchy is the one with the rifle. Low HP, swinging into Crunchy, and maybe unlucky there because, you know, the other teammate, Pookie Bear, was low on HP. But fortunately, the swing, it's quite aggressive, but we'll get it done. That is an expensive round for Stack Like Pancakes. I mean, they lose quite a lot of guns, and, well, now just deciding that they got to make up the deficit of rounds. It's only down to 2 now, so definitely could make that happen, but they're going to have to force up these weapons, and so this really isn't a bonus round that they're playing here. They're playing to try and get every single round they can, and why not at this point? I mean, the bonus round would have essentially been saying, you know, we don't have the money, so we're going to buy nothing. That would have been what their bonus round looked like. So why take the eco early? Buy while you can, I guess, is the play. Clutchy will be rewarded with a first kill as well. Noz is just going to be holding through, spamming, looking for a little bit of a pre-fire. Shot to try and deny any sort of plant, but it should go down regardless. It's a little bit of a tap to try and bait up, maybe potentially a bit more util, but it will go down. Now, ready for this post plant. Mike's found the first. Duffy Bear is waiting here on the back of site. JR Fob lurking forward all the way in through Garage. There's a bit of a flank coming out though, and Exhaust has gotten one. That's a lot of space now claimed back for the defense. So now this will be coming from 2 different angles at once. Noz solid from Link. It's all down to Duffy Bear, and Exhaust over the top will take him out. As BOBO will deny this. I mean, I say it's a bonus round, like I said. This will be going down to an eco round for Stack Like Pancakes. It's not really a bonus at all. But good effort there. I mean, they had a good start, but I mean, BOBO so happy to try and flank and really mix up these post plant positions that Stack Like Pancakes are going for. You can see they're just really not quite ready to deal with it from these players that are coming out of unexpected angles. So now it will be BOBO looking to take the reins of this game. Still 2 rifles online. on the other side of things, so still definitely some chances to deal some damage. And potentially even take a round, but it'll be difficult. Not gonna lie, I don't think I've ever seen this Vandal skin. Where did this Vandal skin come from? When did this come out? I don't even know. I don't think I've ever seen it before, but anyways. Maybe Mike gonna trying to hold down the site as the trip will reward Crunchy with the kill. Spamming through the star cover. A few players low, and the pop flash over the top is perfect as Duffy Bear gets 2. Quick adjustment with the Sheriff. Crunchy's still remaining on site. Fortunately for Stack Like Pancakes, that 2-piece with the Sheriff is exactly what they needed. Now with the guns picked up in a 1v3, they're looking ready to win this. Although I say that, Melly's gone down, and now it's down to a 1v1 as Exos takes out Clutchy, but JR Fob. His position over on logs. Wasn't expected, wasn't cleared. And so, Stack Like Pancakes making this a little bit closer, giving us a bit more of a game here on Haven. As, like I was saying earlier, over on Lotus, absolute stomp. Now a timeout from Clutchy. Even though they won that round, maybe weren't expecting to do so. So maybe they called that timeout a little bit earlier on. We'll have to, I guess we'll never know, but gonna be talking amongst themselves. How do they want to approach their attacker side? They can't be relying on just the mechanics every single round to win. You gotta have a good game plan. And honestly, be interested to see what they come up with. It's definitely been a bit of a mixed bag so far. So far, I don't really know how much value we've seen from the Clove. All I can think of is there's been a few times where, fortunately, we've seen multiple smokes invested in the same place just because it's been misplaced, but I don't know if that's a sort of heat of the moment thing or if that's just because the smokes are too small. So I guess we'll have to see. But with that timeout expiring, won't be long till we see what the adjustment is. You know, they've been looking alright. Hasn't been awful. And after all, they've only lost the 1 round here on their attacker side so far. Still early days. Definitely still a few rounds to bring us back to a tie here. 2 to be in fact. Exhaust. Gonna get the knives in line. Should be choosing to pop that now. Yep, there they are. Of course, Stack Like Pancakes will be aware of this, and this time it's the Stack Like Pancakes holding Melly will be rewarded. Now taking this fight, and Crunchy long range with the Guardian will eventually secure that trade. I was gonna say it was finally Stack Like Pancakes playing the slower default, waiting for the push. Unfortunately for Melly, just choosing that timing to swing on their own is not rewarded, and instead they will fall. Crunchy spotted, bit of damage to go through. Over towards A-main. JR Fob has found Exhaust, traded by Zork with the Hunter's Fury. So, Stack Like Pancakes now reconsidering not going towards A. They're going to be going into Crunchy, who has been waiting, but Clutchy this time winning that long-range fight. Crunchy can't win them all. So, it's an open site. They should be able to get the bomb down, but Noz and Zork are close by. It is... Oh, it's actually an eco round for BOBO. Interesting. So, clearly the economy has been in a bit of a tense spot for both teams. And so Stack Like Pancakes definitely should be favored to win this. Of course, we've seen Noz pull off some pretty crazy things with that classic. The bolt will spot where Pookie Bear is playing down, sending out that owl drone. Drape blind as well. Zork fully caught out in the open. Plenty of utility here as well. Send out the recon bolt. It gets destroyed, but Duffy Bear is going to clean it up. Zork and Noz in that light buy. They had picked up a Guardian, but it's not enough. When you're in a 2v3 and all 3 of your opponents are playing on long with that spike planted for them, it's pretty difficult. Especially when you also consider that, you know, they knew that there was no one flanking. They had seen both players on the site, so they knew they could just laser, focus in, coordinate those swings, coordinate that utility that they still had around. So the result is great for Stack Like Pancakes, who are now bringing us a little bit closer. 8 to 9 here. We could be seeing a story here where the map picks of each team is taken by their opposition. Now it's going to be a bit of a faster hit. It's over towards C. They are playing a bit of an anti-KO ult setup, though. You can see the Cypher's not really close by, so that setup might still be around. Crunchy's holding his ground on the back of sight. Melly running through. Clove entry in for their team. Swapping over to a Phantom is Mike, taking that timing to swing, maybe hearing that gun be picked up. Spams through, gets a lot of damage onto Pookie Bear, who will fall to a single body shot. Mike now low himself. Can't walk into that Nano Swarm. Now JR Fob and Clutchy besting the lockdown.
One enemy remaining.
Mike will swiftly be removed, and JR Fob gets the follow-up onto Zork. So we're all tied up now, stacked like pancakes. Taking that time, discussing their game plan, and it is looking good for them. I mean, a lot of these rounds, they come in a little bit close, but, you know, if you can consistently convert them as they have been in the post plan, and looking clean while they are, I mean, yeah, we can be looking at Stack Like Pancakes and saying this is a team that might be able to come back from this. It was an 8-round streak over for BOBO on their attacker side. And Stack Like Pancakes, they're taking that 8 and raising us potentially quite a few more. 3 in a row now, plus the pistol rounds. And Duffy Bear popping the knives, not afraid to invest that ultimate early on. It's rewarded. Zork will fall entering onto the site. Dashing in. Noz is waiting in the smoke. He might peek out, and he's not looking in Duffy's direction. Duffy's spotted another one. Crunchy spamming through. Crunchy's gotten another one with the Bulldog. The right click is not going to come through, and Crunchy is holding down the site with a Bulldog. Leaving Clutchy now in a 1 versus 2. Both of these players are so low, though. Fall into 1 or 2 bullets each. Paranoia comes out. It's not going to connect. Crunchy was thinking about swinging there. Clutchy gonna try and get ahead of that smoke. Throws out the 0 point, and Crunchy's gotten for a Herculean effort by the Omen player. And that will stem the bleeding for now. Absolutely crazy. So we'll have to see now if BOBO can make their way back into this. This is their map pick, so imagine maybe they, I mean, I don't know what they were expecting on Lotus, but I mean, it was kind of a breeze for them. They really weren't tested at all. But here now, starting to feel the pressure. Stacked like pancakes. Of course, making a good job of things. BOBO have reclaimed the lead, but pancakes still definitely within reaching distance. Now, garage control gained early on. Haven't really gone for any look like this, so I don't know if BOBO will be expecting a play like this. Clutchy walking all the way through. Exhaust isn't looking his direction. He's going to get his, and then he's going to get out. Mike, of course, still waiting on the site. Crunchy by his side. The hit is going in towards the C site. It's Melee. It's going to look for this entry once again. This is why you choose to play Clove, I suppose. Being able to run in his smokes and, you know, be a little bit more carefree. Yeah, Fob. It's taking out the Cypher player, so there's no pesky setup to deal with anymore. Excuse me. So, yeah, Crunchy alone on the site. We'll get that kill. Zork on the flank. He's found Pookie Bear. So now, a little bit of a scramble for Stack Like Pancakes. They weren't expecting this. Zork has gotten 3. Zork's gotten all 4. The flank not cleared. A great stun from Noz. What a play from the Sober player. I said this guy could come alive at any moment, and he does. It seemed to come out of nowhere. Saw him on the minimap just walking forward. A bit of an odd position, and what a stun. All these players, not a chance at all. It's so quick for Zork to be able to bring out those kills. What a way to do it. Like I said, this is a bit of an important, well, it's definitely a game with some stakes on the line, of course. Qualification into stage 3. Hold that bullet though, Zork popped the Hunter's Fury. 2 kills going his way. Happy with his performance from the last, having converted a disadvantaged round. And he's not letting go. This is just against an eco round, but oh, maybe it's not. Every time I look at this team, Stack Like Pancakes, a player has a sheriff, I swap to someone else, they've got a rifle. I don't know what the economics are like here, but it seems like they've all got guns now, but it is a 5v3. So, what's the play? Melee has the spike. They're kind of just walking around on their own now. Bit of presence shown over towards the B site, and it is going to pull some of these rotates over. Duffy Bear's about to peek into Noz, though. Unfortunately, will go down. Melly does have an open sight ahead of them. Of course, Zork will be able to hear the plant. Hear any noise that gets made. Melly's just gonna creep their way forward, maybe even looking to peek through into Ellie.
30 seconds left.
Can't use that.
But they might actually just be waiting for Clutchy to come. And now they're gonna plant Zork. Maybe wanting to try and fight through this. He knows that that spike is planted close by. Has a full kit of utility as well. Of course, that will be denied now with the 0 point. Make sure none of that utility is going to be used for a couple more seconds. The sheer numbers of BOBO should make this a breeze. Players separated here. Melly would have to get a lot of kills here in hell. And that dart is going to reveal them. Flashed up. Not a chance in the world. Not going to be popping that ultimate anytime soon. So the spike defuse will go through. And it will be a flawless round to get BOBO up to match in series point here on Haven. Things were looking a little bit rough for a moment, but now they've strung 3 rounds together and gotten themselves back up to a clear advantage, and now 3 chances for Stack Like Pancakes to bring it back. And to bring us to overtime. Otherwise, it's going to be not the season over for them. Fortunately, with a stage 3 being added on towards the challenges year, there will be more to play for. And even if they don't last through relegation or promotion, and promotion I guess, there's still Premier that you can play for that can qualify you into stage 3, where we're not entirely sure what the teams will be playing for. Likely a cash prize. I don't know if there'll be another international after Ascension, but I guess we'll find out. That's for later on though, as the sight hit does come through. It's fast, and Mike is overwhelmed. Noz will be forced to fall back as Duffy Bear pushes the air shoot, gets right up in their face, right up in the smoke. No one's home though. We'll be hearing this drone from Zork. Duffy maybe trying to get ahead of it. But off the back of that tag, they're just going to have to fall back. And now the ultimate, the Rolling Thunder will reward Noz with 2 kills. But the ultimate's used. Melly's backing around, and it's all down to Crunchy in this 1 versus 3. Melly, of course, having that timer, is going to be looking to fight, spamming through the smoke. They're going to jump in, but no, they're going to fall. Not a chance for Crunchy. He will be removed. So double digits for both teams now. Wow. So that was quite the round. Clutchy. All the way up at 19 kills alongside... Well, I mean, 3 players of Stack Like Pancakes at 19 kills. So, you know, definitely decent performance from the players. Maybe not so much from Pookie Bear. A little bit further down on the scoreboard. And even if you're looking at the other side of things, BOBO, even as could be, Exhaust on 20, Zork on 18, and the rest of the squad on 17 apiece.
Cover going out.
This game really starting to heat up, getting as close as possible as Exhaust misses the op shot. JR Fob had a rough performance on map 1, but now is shooting back. This is the Sentinel player that I cast the other day that was doing so much for his team. Looking for redemption now against BOBO. Zork, though, holding his ground. Clutchy will eventually get that trade as Noz is playing in the smoke. Melly will catch his back. Now healed up. It's going to expire soon. Mike's pretty person close. And I don't know if he will end up clearing Graffiti. A lot to clear as he waits for his teammate Crunchy to try and pull up the back line. Of course, this should be heard.
1 enemy remaining.
Pookie Bear will manage to close out. Duffy Bear clearing out Mike, and teammates 1 round away from overtime.
If you're not a good shot
So
today,
close.
there are other ways to be useful.
As yeah, I mean, Stack Like Pancakes, 3 players up to 20 kills. Really a team effort. We're still, you know, I said earlier, Pookie Bear maybe not having the greatest performance of all time, but there's no denying that it's hard to not have value on Sova, and no matter where you're putting that utility, it's getting some form of information, so you can't hate him too much, and I'm pretty sure he is also just a sub coming in, so definitely can't fault him too much. And I mean, Stack Like Pancakes to bring BOBO, one of the highest seeded teams in promotions and relegations, to almost overtime. It's quite the feat. JR Fobs found Crunchy. No smokes left now for BOBO. So they have to fend off overtime with only 4 players. As the Killjoy lockdown is going to come through. Noz going to send in that Aftershock. That doesn't destroy it anymore. And I don't think there's any utility anywhere else can come in to try and break it. there is 2 players over on the back of side. Exhaust shooting through that cloudburst. Blades pop. That's a second found. Traded. Is now it's all down to these last remaining players of Stack Like Pancakes. 2 versus 1. Mike has a lot to do. The spike's getting planted, and Clutchy will bring his team to overtime. As this is maybe not what we expected to see after Lotus.
Overtime.
Lotus was 13-2. BOBO absolutely demolishing SLP. But they've come straight back into this. It's the trio of Clutchy, JR Fob, and Melly have really, really come online. Duffy Bear having some great moments as well. To bring it back from an 8-4 all the way to overtime. But now it truly is anyone's game. And it will only take just 1 or 2 more pop-off rounds to be going to a 3rd map. So definitely all the pressure on Stacked Like Pancakes to try and bring us just that little bit further. What can be done? Early information to be gathered. 3 players here in A main from the defense. They want to fight this as they have so many times, but this is the most that they've ever invested. Bit of damage going to both sides. Clutchy is eventually going to be pushed out, and Crunchy's gotten all the way behind them. Just walking up sewers, no one was watching, and BOBO now on a 5 versus 2. There should be no way Melly's swinging out of the smoke. There's one. That's all it is. As it's all down to JR Fob. 1 versus 4 in overtime. To try and claim the advantage, to try and claim that match point that has eluded them for so long. But surely there's no way they'll be able to do this. Exhaust maybe just spotted them for a second there. Shots going through his JR Fob. That's clean. Through the wall. Nice little duel there. Shock dart should have been the end of JR Fob, but you can see this crossfire. Nos ready to swing at a moment's notice. So there should be no way. Shooting through the boxes. A little bit of a headshot to come through, but there's not really any time. There's no way JR Fob's going to be able to get this done. Some nice kills to come through. But unfortunately, it's not going to be the round. It's going to be BOBO getting up to match point once again.
Switching sides.
So
Match point.
now BOBO another chance. Definitely some nice shots from JR Fob. Like I said, this player is definitely solid if nothing else. You know, has that nice aim.
Goodbye.
Even though they weren't able to convert that round, we can definitely admire it. And so
This goes here. Yes.
now this is the defensive side where BOBO kind of struggled. Stacked Like Pancakes, of course, they're going to be trying to repeat their success that they had in that second half. Early knife over towards C. 4 players for BOBO stacked over towards Garage and C site. It's only Zork holding down over towards A. Of course, he had that rather wild moment earlier where he pushed out, got himself 4. It's not going to be going for anything that audacious just yet. It's going to be going on over towards the B site. Trip to hold the entry back as Duffy Bear will be halted for just a moment, but the spike has made its way through without much resistance. It's going to go down. There's really no players nearby that can try and contest this, but as I said, that Exhaust has gotten 3 knives out, and he's looking to finish this off in style. Right click will miss though, and it's suddenly all down to Melly. A 1 versus 4. Once again, the bomb is planted, but blinded up. No chance in the world, as it will be BOBO taking the series in 2-0 fashion. Dominance on Lotus, and here on Haven it took overtime to get them all the way, but they will close out. As, oh my god, what a game it has been. Oh my gosh, I am quite low in that camera. I'm gonna prop myself up a little bit. Yeah, that was quite a game. Let's have a look at the scoreboard as Exos 26-20 really heated up at the end there. Melly, JR Fob, and Clutchy, of course, for Stacked Like Pancakes. You cannot deny that they were very, very solid that entire time. So unlucky for Stacked Like Pancakes, couldn't quite get it done on Haven. And talking about Exhaust, let's have a look at that last round, because that was quite the play that he got, getting 3 players. Have a quick look at it. And, well, Exhaust got one, unfortunately off camera, but then, unfortunately, for Stacked Like Pancakes, they tried to double swing, but it was not to be. So, yeah, that will be all for today. That is the series, of course, with BOBO taking it in 2-0 fashion. So, yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. There's 2 days left in promotion and relegation. Unfortunately, for Stack Like Pancakes, they will be going back to Premier, where they'll have to try and fight their way back through the competitive pool in Oceania to try and get back into challenges stage 3 here for Oceania. And, yeah, besides that, we're going to be seeing BOBO again tomorrow. I'm not too sure who will be casting them. I'm not too sure what team I'll be casting, if at all. But the competition's not done yet. There's still 2 days left in promotion and relegation. So I will see you guys soon. Bye. We're going to be slowly creeping out. Dasani here should be making first contact as the wall drops. Snaps onto Region and another beautiful shot. Catching onto Cats. The third one in the round. 2 players. Both of these are low. Both would fall to 1 bullet as Water takes them down. 2 body shots, 2 kills. They choose to contact into him. This could be dangerous, but Doctor's looking the wrong way. Finally turns at just the right moment, takes down August. Now sliding out through the screens with the stinger. The run and gun action, like I said. Look to the side, Shinobu's been taken down, overwhelmed by the utility from Zupa. Downtail though, 2 wonderful shots and a third. Taken down, massive effort on the site by Downtail. Opting to go for the information with the Owl Drone instead, but Dasani, 2 crisp shots from the flank. Will convert the round for Zhugang, and it will be 6-6 at the half. Immediately popping the run back, and they're going straight through. Yeah, and Water should see this. The first found, a second, the spray transfer, peeking around the corner and finding a third. Water finding a ton of value off of the ultimate. Jin's been waiting here, extremely patient, now starting to move, and the timing is bad for him, as Yuji does manage to take him down, peeking forward with the util in hand. You go for a little bit more. This is still a 2v4, so not favored, but actually just ahead of the team. And now the showstopper for Dasani is going to be chasing them back. Won't connect, but now a 2v3. This is a more winnable situation than a 2v5. Of course, it doesn't change that that's where it came from. Rossi over the top, Dasani plucks him out of the sky. Now position known. The grab net comes out, but it connects onto herself. Oh no. A little bit of a whiff from Dynasty, and it's 1v2, but they connect! How on earth have they done that? The spray transfer, Snappy with it, Dynasty wins the 1v2. Absolutely insane stuff after the absolute whiffing of that deadlock utility. Should hear the player rotating in from mid, and that should be a free kill. Rossi the first to fall, and now Yuji peeking forward, finds a second off the stun and a third. Really well played from Yuji. You just creep all the way forward, heard the players. And they were just completely unaware. Second shot, the third, extremely clean. Brutal crossfire to get through. Spada bang. I think he was spotted. The knife might come out. 75 damage, but he comes back in. No way. Sure, he's hungry for that ace. Haven't seen any just yet today, but I mean, he's peeking out. He gets 4, and he gets the ace. Dasani. Wary that there could be someone close. The Nightfall's going to be invested, as well as potentially this lockdown. Doesn't connect on 20, but they didn't realize that Dasani was in the corner. He takes down 3. Dasani is taking his team over the line. Your winners for today will be XG.